Scientists confirm that many parts of the Bible are actually true, but what about the people in it? The search for evidence of biblical figures is still ongoing, but several archaeological discoveries suggest that many of them might have really existed. Inscriptions, artifacts, and historical texts all point to the possibility that a lot of these characters once walked the earth. Curious yet? Stick around to find out what's been discovered in a minute and just how convincing the evidence really is. King David. Archaeological proof of King David's existence wasn't uncovered until 1993 in Israel. A piece of stone called the Tel Dan Stele, dating back to the 9th century BC, contains a reference to the House of David. King Solomon. There's a series of archaeological finds that support King Solomon's existence, especially in ancient Israeli cities like Hazor, Megiddo, and Gezer. 6 official clay seals found in 2014 also back up the existence of the biblical king and his father, King David. King Hezekiah. Several pieces of evidence confirm King Hezekiah's existence. First, there's the Taylor Prism from the 1830s, where the Assyrian king Sennacherib wrote about his failed siege of Jerusalem in 701 BC. There's also an inscription found in 1880 inside the Siloam Tunnel in Jerusalem. Pontius Pilate. Proof of the Roman governor who ordered Jesus' crucifixion was discovered in 1961. The Pilate Stone, found in Caesarea Maritima, an ancient Roman city in Judea, contains a Latin inscription mentioning Pontius Pilate, prefect of Judea. Herod the Great. The king of Judea left a major legacy across Israel. His tomb was found in the 1800s at Herodium, a fortress near Bethlehem. He was also responsible for massive building projects like the Second Temple in Jerusalem and the Antonia Fortress. Cyrus the Great. There's archaeological evidence that the founder of the Persian Achaemenid Empire really lived. In 1879, archaeologists discovered a clay cylinder from the ruins of Babylon, dated to 539 BC, praising Cyrus and his rule. Nebuchadnezzar. The Babylonian Chronicles, a series of clay tablets from around 590 BC, mention major Babylonian events, including King Nebuchadnezzar II's capture of Jerusalem in 586 BC. Pharaoh Shishak. Evidence also suggests that the pharaoh who attacked Jerusalem, 1 Kings 14:25-26, was real. Inscriptions inside Egypt's Temple of Karnak back this up. Judas Maccabeus. Judas Maccabeus is another biblical figure whose existence is supported by archaeology. Coins and pottery shards reference the Jewish priest who defeated Syrian armies between 166 and 160 BC. Caiaphas. The high priest of Israel involved in Jesus' trial also left behind evidence of his existence. In 1990, an ossuary inscribed with Joseph, son of Caiaphas, was discovered. Lucius Sergius Paulus. The Roman official and proconsul of Cyprus is backed up by inscriptions found in Paphos, matching the account in the Book of Acts. King Ahab. The Mesha Stele, a basalt monument discovered in Jordan in 1868, mentions King Mesha of Moab's victories over King Ahab of Israel, just like in 1 Kings. Ahab's ivory palace complex in Samaria adds even more weight. King Jehoiakim. Several archaeological finds confirm the king of Judah's existence, including the Babylonian Chronicles and clay seals bearing his name. Hiram I of Tyre. Proof of Hiram IV, the Phoenician king of Tyre, was found in Sidon, Lebanon, in 1855. A Phoenician inscription on the sarcophagus of Eshmunazar II refers to King Hiram. Herod Antipas. Coins from Galilee and Perea bearing Herod Antipas' name prove he ruled the region. King Josiah. A 7th century BC seal with the name Nathan Melech was found at the City of David archaeological site. 2 Kings 23:11 mentions him as one of King Josiah's officials. King Zedekiah. The Babylonian Chronicles describe King Zedekiah's attempt to defend Jerusalem from Nebuchadnezzar's forces. A clay tablet from Sippar also mentions Zedekiah's sons among the Babylonian exiles. Sennacherib. The Neo-Assyrian king is mentioned on the Taylor Prism, which details his siege of Jerusalem in 701 BC. King Ahaz. The Kirk monolith lists tribute paid by King Ahaz to Tiglath-Pileser III. Royal seals also confirm his existence, backing up mentions in 2 Kings 16 and 2 Chronicles 28. Nehemiah. Evidence for Nehemiah comes from the Elephantine Papyri, Archaeologists also found parts of Jerusalem's walls that he rebuilt. Peter, Simon Peter. Artifacts support the life of Jesus' disciple Peter, including early Christian writings. Plus, an inscription reading, "Peter is here," was found in a tomb beneath St. Peter's Basilica, dating to the 1st century. James, son of Zebedee. The Jewish historian Josephus wrote about James' execution in 62 AD, a rare non-Christian account confirming his existence. John the Evangelist. Historical accounts of John's life appear in Irenaeus' book Against Heresies. Justin Martyr's dialogue with Trypho also mentions John, one of Christ's apostles, living in Ephesus. Andrew the Apostle. The historian Eusebius mentions Andrew's missionary work in church history. His remains are believed to be in St. Andrew's Cathedral in Patras, Greece. Early Christian symbols found in Sinope and Nicaea also support his travels. Thomas the Apostle. It's believed Thomas traveled to India to preach. His likely tomb is at the Basilica of St. Thomas in Chennai. Crosses, coins, and other finds back up the story. Philip the Apostle. Philip spread the gospel across Asia Minor. Early Christian artifacts found in Hierapolis, modern-day Pamukkale, Turkey, include the martyrium of St. Philip, believed to be the place where he died. Bartholomew the Apostle. The ruins of the monastery of St. Bartholomew in Vaspurkan, Armenia, are thought to be his final resting place. Christian symbols along India's Konkan coast also match his story. Matthew the Apostle. An ancient manuscript called Giaji 00039, housed at the Gunda Gunde Monastery in Ethiopia, contains the first part of Matthew's Gospel. Christian artifacts found in Persia suggest a Christian community where Matthew preached. A pottery shard found in a Kyrgyzstan lake may also be linked to him. James the Just. In 62 AD, the historian Josephus referred to James, brother of Jesus, called the Christ, who was executed. Jesus of Nazareth. Plenty of archaeological findings point toward Jesus' historical existence. Homes from his time have been uncovered in Nazareth. The Pilate stone proves Pontius Pilate's existence. Roman crucifixion practices line up with descriptions in the Bible. Another clue comes from a letter by Roman governor Pliny the Younger to Emperor Trajan, where he mentions early Christians singing hymns to Christ as to a god. The past still holds many secrets, and every new discovery brings us closer to the truth. Who knows what else is still buried beneath the sands of time? If you want to keep exploring with us, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.